thinking of starting a less capital-intensive but profitable business, then producing coconut oil wouldn't be a bad idea. The coconut oil production business is known to be one of many profitable small-scale businesses any entrepreneur can venture into in Nigeria. Coconut oil is also known to be majorly produced in countries like India, Indonesia, and the Philippines. While in Nigeria, the production of coconut oil is known to still be in its infancy, but certainly there have been exponential build-up in the demand for coconut oil in Nigeria since the year 2006 due to its numerous health benefits. This has made a lot of Nigerian producers to get more involved in this sector. According to statistics, in 2015-2016, the global export volume of coconut oil amounted to 3.32 million metric tons, while in the following year, it appreciated to 3.44 million metric tons, whereas Nigeria alone was estimated to have produced approximately 246,000 metric tons of coconut oil in 2017 alone. This certainly shows the growth in the demand for coconut oil across the country over the years. Considering the diverse benefits of the produce, it has been a great help in creating different points of sale. Producers could choose what they want their products to sell for, either as a cooking ingredient, as a hair supplement, as a skin supplement. There is so much to what coconut oil can do, being a naturally and organically generated product, which is also abundant in vitamins and minerals.
Hello and welcome to another episode of Ladies Talking Business. I am Moremi Akano. Our guest today is the brand owner of Orekelewa Organics, which was inspired by a personal pain point with tonsillitis and a search for a natural cure after 3 failed procedures. The information gotten from our research online spurred her into producing cold-pressed coconut oil in her kitchen for personal consumption. She has a first degree in economics, a master's degree in management technology, and a number of professional certifications in credit management. She emerged as the top 100 emerging SMEs 2019 by Connect Nigeria. She is an alumni of AWEC, African Women Entrepreneurs Cooperative, an alumni of AWE, Academy of Women Entrepreneurs, and an alumni of the Enterprise Development Center of Lagos Business School. She is Yinka Osifeso. Thanks for joining us on the show today, Yinka.
And thank you for having me.
I like it when I read bios of my guests and there's just so much. It makes me so proud. Okay, so this tonsillitis story.
Yeah.
Tell us what inspired you to seek for natural remedies.
Okay, so my story dates back to when I was a little child. I would say I can remember as far back as when I was 9 years old. You know, so I was this child who was very healthy, but then the only thing that I had, you know, coming against me was tonsillitis. Now, tonsillitis in layman's language is an acute sore throat, you know, and so I had that bout coming in almost every month. And then I was taken from one hospital to another and all of that. And then I remember very well when one of the surgeons or the ENT practitioners told me that, or told my parents that they needed to do a procedure so that, this thing could stop. And so they agreed to it. And so we went into an hospital, Lagos State University Teaching Hospital. And you would understand that for you to even be put in there for the procedure, you didn't have to have tonsillitis going on at the time. So it was almost like I went for an holiday, you know. And this procedure could only happen on Mondays. So anyway, I went in the first Monday. The doctors were on strike. The second Monday, there was no water in the theater. The third Monday, the blood that my father had donated had been used for somebody else. And so my mother just called me up aside, as an African mom, the Yoruba mom, and she was like, that God doesn't speak to you more than this. Like, it looks like if you go in the 4th time, you probably will not come out. I even had a bad experience whilst I was even there because somebody who was sick beside me in the hospital passed on. And so for me, as a 9-year-old, it was a terrible time. Anyway, I was told that if I couldn't do the procedure, then I had to live with that procedure for the rest of my life. I mean, and I was thinking in my head, no ice cream, no, no cold drinks, because I had a long list from doctors. This, you shouldn't do this, shouldn't do this, and all of that.
Yeah.
You know, okay, fast forward to when I started working and internet was available to everyone. I started to do a research and find out, I mean, there should be something natural that I could use that would cure this, you know. And then I stumbled on coconut oil, you know. I remember as a child that when I go to the hospital, the doctors were always telling my parents that she needs to increase or boost her immunity. And so when I found out that coconut oil could boost your immunity.
That was vitamin C that could boost our immunity.
Well, it didn't work for me, maybe, you know. So, I mean, that's, you know, a little bulb in my head, you know, and then I started to find myself researching it and wanting to know more. And I found out that it could even also help with other things.
Okay, so let's talk about the other things. What are some of the benefits of using cold pressed? Why is it called cold pressed?
Okay, because of the process. Okay, so the cold pressed, as the name suggests, doesn't have any heat used or minimal heat. Okay. You know, minimal heat has been introduced to the process. Okay. You know, so we have the hot pressed and we have the cold pressed. So the hot pressed goes through boiling or frying, as it were.
So does that diminish the results, the potency?
I would like to stand and say, because I mean, people have asked me this question a couple of times, and my take is, I would say no. It doesn't totally diminish it, because there are different. The cold press can be used for more things, is what I would say. Okay. While the hot pressed is limited in the use of what you can use it for, you know, health-wise.
So let's talk about the benefits of cold-pressed coconut oil.
Okay, I like to answer this question in this way. Now, cold-pressed coconut oil is a multi-purpose oil, and that in itself tells you that you can use it in more than one ways. Okay. And of course, that means that you're saving money, and you have less product to work with. Okay. You know, so that's, for me alone, is a lot of benefit. And then I like to also put the benefits in like 5 strata. So one is health and wellness. With health and wellness, you can use coconut oil for oral health. Like it helped me with tonsillitis. It also helps with whitening your teeth.
Whitening your teeth.
And removing mouth odor over time. Yes, so that it helps with oral health. It also helps to increase your energy.
Coconut oil?
Yes, when you intake it. Yes. And it's also been researched to help with stabilizing your sugar level and all of that. So that's for it with health and wellness.
So do you have to just like take a spoon, or you cook with it?
You can cook with it. You can, I mean, I had to cook with it and drink it over time. Wow. You know, when I was started to use it. I know that sounds very, very, you know. And then there's the hair care and the skin care that you can use coconut oil for. You can also use it for production. So there are hardly any skincare products out there that you do not have to use coconut oil in. You know, there might be a few that would require olive oil, almond oil, and other types. You know, but most body care and skincare shampoo products would require you using coconut oil as base for production. And there's also household care. You know, so you can use your coconut oil to polish the table. You can use it to polish your furniture. You can use it to polish the leaves of your in-house plants. Yeah.
Okay, we'll talk more about this after the break. We will be back for more conversations with our guests after the break. I'm still here with Yinka Osifeso of Orekelewa Organics. Okay, so you've just told us about how valuable coconut oil is. Even though you've asked us to, you can use it for furniture and all, and I'm like, it's too expensive for that. But let's talk about the business side. So you're into natural products, making coconut oil, shea butter, and the likes. How can you build a career or a business from natural products?
How? The first thing I would say to anybody who wants to do this is, one, to have the education, be informed. You know, it's just not anything you want to go into. Have a good source of the supply of your products, because the truth is that you can't do everything on your own. There's hardly any manufacturer who produces their raw materials, all their raw materials by themselves. You know, so some of this you have to source from farmers, you have to source from people who have also worked on the raw materials. You know, I would also tell anybody who's starting off with this business to know the motive in which they're starting off the business for. So, are you doing it because it looks like every other person who's doing something organic is doing very well? Is that why you want to go into that business? You know, you must understand why you're into it. Are you solving an issue? Are you solving a problem? What problems are you solving? Because those are the things that would speak for you and make you stand when the problems actually come, because they would come. You know, then what else would I say? Be informed and have...
I think it's important. The education bit is very important.
Yes, and then also have a community of business people around you.
Okay.
You know, you can't continue to work alone. For you to grow and to expand, you need a community of business people around you, you know, to gain from their knowledge, wealth of experience and all of that, you know, over time.
Wow, thanks so much for that. So, running a business in Nigeria. I always get that reaction. What lessons have you learned?
I don't think you're ready for my lessons.
No, tell us about
because
some.
I have
tell us about some. I'll stop you when I feel that you're taking our time too much on it.
Okay. First, I'll start from government policies.
Okay.
So the what I've learned is what the question is, right? Okay, so let me start like this. What I've learned that working as an entrepreneur would not give you so much time. After all,
I thought entrepreneurship was supposed to make you have time for yourself.
Yes, it was a scam. Apparently, we were not told everything. You know, so you want to leave your 9-to-5 job thinking that you would have more time for yourself and for the family. And trust me, you just got into what they will say, one chance. Yeah. Because it doesn't exist. No, there are days that I sleep. In fact, many days that I sleep at 3 o'clock or 2 o'clock because I'm still, you know, putting ends to some figures, workload, supplies, who's going to supply this, who's going to production lines and all of that, you know, into the night. There's also, and then I also learned, I wrote some things down.
Okay.
That you have to have a strategy.
Very important.
Very, very important. You can't walk into or go into business without one. For us, we knew from the beginning that we were going to be working with distributors and with supermarkets.
Okay.
From the very beginning. For us, that was the strategy. And so it looked like, even though we were small at the time, why were you in the supermarkets? It was a strategy for us from the very beginning.
So for you, that you felt that was better than selling to individuals?
Oh, absolutely.
Individuals.
Absolutely. Because as of today, as at the last count, we have 84 distributors across the country and in 3 other countries. Yes, so we're present in 28 states and we have 84 distributors and we are in over 250 supermarkets.
Oh, wow.
There was no way I could have done that by myself. So that was a strategy that worked. You know, what other things I learned was to always treat your employees very well. You know, and they will stick their neck for you at every point in time. You know, I always tell people that they're your very first customers. You know, so if you treat your employees properly, no matter what level that you are in. So in our organization, we have what we call Happy Fridays, where we just have lunch together. It could be snacks today, this month. It could be rice next month. It could be swallow next month. It could just be drinks and all of that. But then it brings us together. And then people want to relate better. And then they can stick their neck, like I said, for you. And then also what I've also learned over time is that create a relationship with your customers. Now, what I do, so a lot of people have asked me over time and said, they thought I had outsourced my social media platform to somebody because they could not believe I was the same person who was responding to everybody. And so I could be chatting with like 10 people at a time, and they all would have a sense of belonging and have a sense and a beautiful customer experience every time that I talk with them. And so that has helped us because we have many returning customers over time. I mean, 6 years, we have a lot of people who've come back, to buy our products because of that.
Amazing. Okay, so natural products. Tell us some interesting facts about them. So it can be coconut oil, it can be shea butter, but basically natural products. What interesting facts should we know?
Okay, so I'd always say, so I'll answer that question this way. Natural products are from natural plants or fruits. Okay. So if that is established, now we have for coconuts, we have over 100 species.
Of coconuts?
Of coconuts.
Not the same coconuts?
No. So some coconuts are very good for coconut oil. Some are good for coconut chips. Some are good for coconut flour. Some are good for just for you to eat. And some are good for the coconut water. Okay, so if you use either for the other one, you might not get your best output.
So you need to learn about
So you need to know the species, So that's one fact most people don't know. So sometimes you can, and you would have oil anyway. So that's why some people would say, how are you able to have so much oil, at once? And I've tried to do this thing at home by myself, but I couldn't get as much oil, because you were using the wrong species of coconut to try to get oil.
Right.
So that's one fact I always want to lay out, about our natural products.
So give me one more.
What other one would I say?
So there's this one I always like to ask about. Longevity. How long can it stay for being natural?
Okay. So for coconut oil, it can last on the shelf for 3 years.
Okay.
We, however, put on our products 2 years because anyway, our products don't last up to 2 years.
You finish it.
So as long as you've not introduced moisture, water into a natural product, it will last you.
Okay, we'll talk more about this shortly.
Thank you.
We will go on a short break. Please stay with us. Thanks for staying with us on Ladies Talking Business. We have been having conversations with Yinka Osifeso of Orekelewa Organics. So Yinka, let's talk about business collaborations. What are your thoughts in this day and age?
Very dicey issue actually, because I had an experience, funny enough, yesterday. Okay, so we have our coconut oil line, we have the shea butter, and we are about launching our African snacks line. But last year we set out to launch another product line this year, which would be for new moms. It would have some of our products and some other products for babies and the new mom. And so I needed to speak with other people who had this product, other products, that they could go into the gift box. It was supposed to be like a hamper, for as a gift to new moms. And I spoke with somebody yesterday. I checked her on Instagram, and then I approached her on WhatsApp. And I told her that I needed to, I wanted her to come on board. This was the business idea, and then would like to collaborate with her. And she kept asking questions. Is this an NGO? Is this an... No? I'm like, no. Is this for free? I'm like, no, we are going to pay for it. And, oh, it's like a collaboration. And I said, oh, yes, finally, she got it.
Got it.
And she went, oh, she doesn't do collaborations. And I was like, really? You know? And I told her, oh, that I would, that this was late into the night, so that we would talk later today. I mean, that took me aback, because I was shocked that somebody out there didn't even want to collaborate with other people in 2022, in this today's world. You know, so that for me was funny. I've had different collaborations over the years, you know, and I've not, you know, regretted anyone. You know, we've had collaborations during Christmas, you know, where we have other people's products go into an hamper, and then everybody sells it at their own level. You know, it's collaborations increases your sales, increases growth for you. It makes people more aware of you, because now the customers of the other person becomes your own customer. And your own customer becomes the other person's customer. So there's a synergy, and then there's, everybody, it's a win-win. Actually, but I think when people are collaborating, actually, they should have collaborations with like minds. Some other people want to take advantage of you, you know, and so that's why I found that other partnership very funny, because I was going to pay for it. So you have nothing to lose anyway. So I'm not asking you to give it to us for free. We're going to pay for it. If I'm going to pay for it, then there shouldn't be any problem.
Okay. So what advice do you have for other entrepreneurs in the same industry as you on running a business? Let's
plant more coconuts.
Okay.
Let's plant more coconuts is what I would say. Because, lately, raw materials that are coconut oil, I have shea butter as my raw material also for the other products. However, for coconut oil, it's becoming very scarce. And then if you understand that the germination level or age of the coconut is 4 years, it takes 4 years for it to grow, for us to be able to
planting the better.
The better.
You need to plant every year.
Like every day.
Yeah, every day.
Every day. Okay. Every day, actually. You know, so, and I would say to every other person in our industry, please, let's collaborate more. We can't always all do this together alone. I keep emphasizing on that. There's a need for us to come together, have a hub, for instance, you know, because the coconut has a lot of derivatives you can get from it. It has a lot of byproducts you can get from it. You know, you have the coconut oil, you have the coconut flour, you have the coconut charcoal, you have the milk, you have the coconut water, you have even the outer part of the coconut, the husk, that can be used for mask or mats rather, and can be used for arts and figurines and all of that. You can use for bowls, you know. So the more we collaborate, the better it will be for the industry.
Okay, Yinka, before I let you go, I want you to tell me about your business goals. You know, for Orekelewa Organics. So I have a business. So what are your goals and what drives your goals?
Honestly, I have a lot of it in my head, but what I would say first is that our major business goal is to make the customer happy.
Okay.
Make the customer happy, and we are targeted towards the urban family. Okay, so everybody in the family, every member of the family can use our products.
Okay.
You know, so we are all about unity in the family, you know, unity in the family and all of that. So that's for us is core. And then accessibility and affordability of our products to the family.
Okay, so what drives these goals for you?
I mean,
because I'm sure there are times you wake up and you're like, you know, I'm not doing anything today. I'm frustrated.
Oh, we don't want to know about those days because there are days like that.
Yeah.
You know, so I would say that the results that we have, you know, so people call me like 11 p.m. in the night or send me messages and you're hearing, is that Orekelewa? God bless you. Oh, I use this product for my baby rash. I use it for this, for this issue, and it's gone. You know, if you go through our page, you'll see a lot of, you know, feedbacks from our customers. So those kind of things, feedbacks, you know, keep us going is what I would say.
Amazing.
Yes.
Well, thank you so much, Yinka, for coming on Ladies Talking Business. We wish you the very best.
Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. Thanks for joining us on this episode of Ladies Talking Business today. Do join us the same time next week for another episode. And don't forget to follow us on PlusTvAfrica Lifestyle on YouTube to catch up with our programs. I am Moremi Akano. See you next week.